And we're back to learning JavaScript and Exercism. This is the 17th exercise in my playlist, Elyses Analytic Enchantments. I think it's a good exercise for beginners. It explains everything in the instructions, therefore it's easy to follow, but you have to understand the basic way to write things. I'm going to guide you through this if you get stuck. So we have these arrow functions here introduced and a couple of methods for our arrays. And if we go over the tasks here one by one, it's going to become more clear what that all is. At first we want to find the position of a card. So we have a stack, which is the array, and a card, which is going to be the index position for the specific card in the array. So in the example on the right hand side it would be 3, because our index position for card equals to 2, and this is the third value in the array stack. So our function needs to return a stack.sum method with a parameter of card. And in this case, we want to get the card position. So let me find it. It's right here. It's the index of method. So it's a built-in method that we can directly use for our array. And in the example here, the numbers is our array, and index of with a value of 2 would result in the index position 1, as this right here, the second value in the array. So this is exactly what we need. So I'll change the placeholder to index of, and this should help us pass task 1. So you can see that in the tests right here. Here we've got the index position 0, and in the second one it isn't found. Let's go to task 2. We'll start with our basic return keyword, and we want to determine if a card is present in a stack, so we need the stack array again. Afterwards we're going to call an inbuilt method, and we're going to use card as a parameter once again. And in this case we can use the includes method. So in the example right here, numbers, the array is used with it, includes with a parameter of 1. It will result in true, as this is part of our array numbers. And in the second case 1 is written, so it's a string and is not included in numbers, therefore our return will be false. Let's use includes here. And this works as well. In the example you can see 1 is the parameter, it's part of our array, therefore it's going to be true as a return. Let's jump to task 3, which is a little bit more complex. You'll have to understand the arrow function now to solve it. But again, we need to return then a stack with some method. In this case it's every, so the keyword is already there in the task. We want to find every, or we want to test our array if every card in it fits a certain condition. And in this case we want to know if the card, so if every card in the stack is even. In pseudocode we would just write it like this, so check if card is even. And with the built-in method every, we've already determined that we're going to check every single card of the stack. And in the example you can see the 7 would be odd, therefore it would return false. This is what every does. And here's our array function. So the way to write functions can be, let's say, simplified by using this. And in this case, we're going to check once again the cards. So card is our parameter. And the condition is card even or not. And we've done that in one of these previous exercises. We've used the reminder operator. So we want to check if card is divisible by 2 and result equals 0. This is something that's true for every even card or for every even number. So if you have 10 reminder 2, the result will be 0 and so forth. Therefore this is a condition that we need. The tests work. First one is true, second one will be false, as we have a 5 in it, and 5 reminder 2 would result in 1, and this is not equal to 0, therefore it would be false. And if you've understood this arrow function way of writing, it's easy for you to pass the remaining tasks. Let's go to task 4. We want to return the stack yet again. Use an inbuilt method with a given condition. Inside of it, we're going to use our parameter card again, and we need a certain condition. In this case, we want to have the uneven cards. Therefore, we'll have to change card reminder to unequal to 0. So if you have 5 reminder 2, the result would be 1. This is unequal to 0, therefore this would return true. Be careful here. In task 4, we want to have an odd number, not every. Therefore, we are not searching for all the cards. We want to have only one. And therefore, we can use the sum method right here. It tests whether at least one element in our array does it checks if at least one of these elements has what we want. So we need the sum method. And we've passed these tests as well. Let's check task 5. Again, it's the same structure, return. Then we need a stack and an inbuilt method. Let us check. She wants to know the value of the first card that is odd. So we need the same condition that we've already used for task 4. I can directly write it. Card is our parameter. Card reminder 2 unequal to 0. So we're checking the cards of our array stack and if these individual cards are odd or not. And in the example on the right hand side, the 7 is odd. And we need the value, not the index. So we can use right here the find method. In this example, we want to use numbers array, find num, and num smaller 5, which is already true for the first value, which is 1. So just change our placeholder method right here to find. And we can move on to task 6. Let us again return our stack with a certain method. I'll read it. She wants to know the position of the first card that is even. We've already used that. I guess it was task 3. So card in this arrow function way of writing, card reminder 2 equals 0. For the method, we now have to find the first index position where this is true. And this should be right here, find index. So the last method that is explained in the instructions. For the example, numbers is the array, find index, num bigger 9. So it will be the last position, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the index position of 4 makes this true, and therefore 4 is returned. And for the other example, it's -1, as the condition isn't true in any of these index positions. So I use find index as a method, and this lets us pass task 6. Go over it yourself as always and refer to this walkthrough if you get stuck. I hope this video was helpful, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.